and good morning.
Okay. So meanwhile, others joining. So let's discuss on the problem statement that we have discussed on Friday. Sai, did you get a chance to look into that?
Yeah,
Yeah. So okay.
yes.
So
Yeah. Let me share this.
yeah.
Uh,
Okay.
so this is the input file that which was provided. Okay.
Okay.
So I'll just tell the approach which I'm trying to follow. Um, so the data which we need to uh, take out from this text file is in between these two patterns, like where exactly this begin electrical parameters is getting started. From there,
Mm-hmm.
uh, we have the required data, and
Mm-hmm.
where exactly it's getting is between this line.
Yes.
By the time this line comes, we have to stop our job. So
Yes. Yes.
I'm trying to fix. I mean, I'm just putting some conditions to verify where exactly this line is starting and where exactly this line is ending.
Mm.
And then I'm trying to check if the line starts with this one. Okay,
Okay.
I'm just differentiating these two by the first. I mean, by using this column. Okay, and
Okay.
differentiating which is key and which is value, and
Okay.
I'm just injecting into the dictionary. And also we, as we have this condition, I mean the same, I'm doing it with the other things as well. But I was
Okay.
also at last, for every iteration I'm checking for when the key is limit. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
even in this case also I'm checking if the key is limit. So
Mm-hmm.
we have to append another attribute, and we need to assign the value based on this limit value, right? If it
Okay.
is less than 5.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, all those things were being done. So just this, once the limit is reached, so I'm just appending this whole
Mm-hmm.
thing into a list.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll just show this thing. So with I just defined a function. Okay,
Okay.
so the
Mm-hmm.
whole process is taking place in this function, and here it where I'm calling this function.
Okay.
So firstly I'm reading every line. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and uh, and also I'm just assigning these two parameters. This is for appending the output. Okay, whatever the
Okay.
dictionaries I'm creating. So, and this one, as like I said, so where exactly this line is ending, where exactly this line is starting. So it's just to get to know, I need
Mm-hmm.
some variable.
Mm-hmm.
So I just assigned it, and I assigned it to false. Okay, as the
Mm-hmm.
line gets started from the start. So once this line get identified, then I'll make it to true. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going line by line,
Mm-hmm.
where exactly we read the line. So I'm going line by line, and also stripping.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if there were any space before or after using this function.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
if the line starts with begin electricals, so for these, till these three lines, that condition doesn't satisfy, so it won't go in loop. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
this parameter will remain false, and for
Mm-hmm.
this also it doesn't satisfy, so it won't go inside.
Okay.
But
So,
this,
Sai, one
yeah,
query I have here.
yeah,
So, instead of this flag-based
yeah,
querying,
yeah.
can we can also do index-based querying, right? You can lift begin electrical parameters index, and you can lift
Oh,
end electrical parameters index, and then
yeah,
you can slice your list based on the indexes so that it won't iterate those lines at all.
yeah,
Correct? The
yeah,
junk lines. So
yeah.
that way we can actually filter. That is more efficient way of slicing your list based on the string. parameters. Let us say you
Yeah.
found the index of begin electrical parameters string, you will
Yeah.
get some x index, and you will find the index of your end electrical parameters string, you will get some y index. So end of the day, what you will do, list of x colon y. That slicing you'll get, or x colon y plus one, something like that will
Yeah.
give you most performant result. Okay.
Yeah.
In our case, the junk data is very less. But what
Yeah.
if it is very millions of lines of junk data? So in that case, your for loop will iterate each and every line, is it?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So that
Yeah.
that is something, one observation. Okay. So I mean, deriving the solution is the first part here. So very good, appreciate for that. But
Yeah.
one small improvement. Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm. So once it enters into the parameters.
Yeah. So till this line comes in picture,
Hmm.
so this value doesn't remain changes. So when that line reaches this became true by
True. Yes.
satisfying this condition,
Yes.
and then only it will enter into this loop if true.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And we are checking if this mission ID is starting with this line.
Okay.
If that, then I'm assigning a empty dictionary and I'm splitting it based on the column. Okay,
Okay.
and just pushing that into the dictionary based on this.
Okay. Okay.
And I was like, again it will loop. And also I'm just checking for this condition. The reason for checking this condition, because we have the empty lines in picture, so
Okay.
it can break. So I'm checking if there is any colon pattern is coming in
Mm-hmm.
picture. So in this particular line there won't be any colon, so
Mm-hmm.
directly you push back to this line and skip it, like it's a not required or malform line, that which we don't really need it.
Okay. So
And
wherever you find the machine ID, I mean that means the flag
yeah.
that you are taking
Yeah.
is the machine ID.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
And let's say if we come to this particular line, okay,
Mm-hmm.
so
Mm-hmm.
our parameter section will remain true until it comes to this line.
Okay.
And until this condition, it still go inside the loop.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this condition doesn't satisfy because this was already done with this line, so it will
Mm-hmm.
go to for loop and check if there is any column in the line.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
there is a column, so it just split based on that column and push it into
Mm-hmm.
the dictionary. And also I'm checking this key value limit because I want to append another attribute based on that limit. So it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't satisfy since we haven't reached the key.
Okay.
The same goes with everyone. Once it reaches limit,
Mm-hmm.
this condition gets satisfied. This condition gets satisfied, and based on this value, a new attribute will be appended.
Mm-hmm.
And at last, the same goes for the other data as well.
Okay.
And it will return this. I mean,
Output.
the list as
Mm.
output.
List of dictionaries, is it?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And so so this is the list
Mm-hmm.
that which we got from this function, and I'm just writing it for that list and printing each one.
Okay, okay, great, great. So really, really great to see this output, Sai. Thank you so much for solving this, and really appreciate your efforts. You used all the concepts that we have discussed. You used control statements, you used functions, you used file extraction, you used for loops, everything you used collections. So I really appreciate this kind of concentration is pretty much needed from everybody, guys, for that matter. So this will really help you. Thank you so much, Sai, for
Yeah,
sharing and
thanks.
explaining your solution. Okay, really appreciate your efforts. Yeah. So let's move on to the next person. So I mean, honestly, who did not solve it, so that I can concentrate on the people who solved it. Let me go. Bablu?
Yeah, Venkat, I tried.
Okay.
Let me share my screen.
Yeah. Sai, I request you to paste that code in the chat so that
Yeah, sure.
yeah.
Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, yes, Pablo.
This was the given input.
Yeah.
From this begin electrical parameters in that machines given four.
Mm-hmm.
Um, in that, uh, if limit we need the output for each machine. If limit is
Mm-hmm.
less than or equal to 5,
Mm-hmm.
need to return low. If
Okay.
limit less than or equal to 5 or less than or equal to 10, return high. If
Okay.
any other, we need to return any from the given
Okay.
list. And
No, it's
also,
the
if limit
second
is less
condition. It
than,
is limit greater than 5. Bablu, go back. Yeah. The third condition, greater than 5 and less than or equals to 10. Not equals to, greater than, only greater than.
greater
Hmm.
than 5 or less than or equal to 10,
Okay.
we need to
Hmm.
return high.
Hmm.
And one more thing, if limit is less than or equal to 5,
Hmm.
return low, and we need to add like quantity flag.
Yes, yes, yes,
uh, I need to return in the output. I've
yes,
taken
yes.
this list into a dictionary form.
Okay.
Uh,
I mean, okay. So you directly hard coded that and taken your own list, is it, Bablu?
yes.
You did not read the file that I have shared.
I tried in this way.
Okay, okay, fine. Go ahead, go ahead. No problem.
Uh, first step is iterated through each machine
Mm-hmm.
entry. I defined a determined of quantity flag
Mm-hmm.
to provide the function base. Iterated through the list of machine dictionaries.
Okay. No,
If
where
lim-
you are calling this function? Go down. For entry and begin electrical parameters, do not get limit. Okay. So how are you trying to derive this, Bablu? What is the logic behind it? Could you please explain? Okay, you have list of dictionaries. Go up, go up.
uh,
You have list of dictionaries. Okay, this is the raw data.
yeah.
Okay, now you how are you trying to add that quantity flag? What you are trying to do with this, collection, data collection? You
To
just
add
explain.
to add a quantity flag for each every
Mm-hmm.
machine to list of dictionaries,
Mm-hmm.
where each dictionary represents a machine
Yes.
and contains a
Yes.
limit key.
Yes.
On based on limit key, I defined quantity flag of limit.
Okay. So based on the limit, you
Based on the limit,
okay. You're iterating each and every element that is there in the list, which is of dictionary type. Okay.
uh,
And in that dictionary, you're checking for the limit key and value of that limit. Based on that value, you're actually
based on the
deriving the
value.
quantity flag.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. At least, thank you so much, Bablu. At least you tried it that way, and your logical thinking is working in that way. So that is absolutely fine for me. But the agenda of this task is to do operations on top of the file that I have given. Okay.
Okay.
So you have taken list of dictionaries and at least you have the approach in mind to solve it. That is really good. Okay.
Yes.
And but next time, do not miss the agenda. So agenda is to read the file, process it, the text file, and process it and show the result. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So you try to do that task. Okay. So keep it in your backlog. Okay.
Okay.
Try to solve it as soon as possible.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Fine. Thank you so much, Bablu. Let's move on to the other person.
File, one more
Yeah,
thing. If file
yeah,
means, file base means,
yeah,
like this here, no, like we need to read that,
yeah. Yes,
it's like,
yes. We need to read the file, and I mean, Sai has shared the code in
okay,
the chat. Okay, Sai has written that. Sai, did you share it?
Yeah, I think in the chat it's not coming in everything, even if I'm pasting.
No,
So
you
the
just.
few,
Oh, okay, okay. So, okay.
I'll 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 send it in a text file in group
Yeah, yeah,
WhatsApp group.
yeah. Sure, sure. Yeah, fine. So that is so Sai has written the entire logic, Bablu. Okay,
okay,
it's. I request you to go and look at that logic and try to learn things. Okay, so this task. Okay, so you have taken your own approach and you have derived it, but
yeah,
sometimes in real time, what happens is, in real time you will get files. Okay,
okay,
you don't get this list of dictionaries, or you don't get this raw data that you have taken in real time projects. Okay, so
okay,
you'll get raw files. So in that times, how you need to proceed further with your coding is important. Okay, so uh, go and look back to the code that Sai has written and try to understand, try to write the logic in a different way, or else Sai has written in one way, you try different way. Okay, so
okay,
so that you'll be able to solve that program. Okay, keep that task in your backlog and definitely try to solve it. Okay.
okay, okay, okay,
Yeah, thank you so much, Bablu, for at least coming up one kind of idea and approach. Okay. Yeah,
okay.
thank you. Let's move on. Sri Ranganath, did you get a chance to solve our problem statement that was given on Friday?
Knowingly, I didn't
Okay. Yeah. So please do this task, Ranganath. I mean, keep that in your backlog and try to solve it when you get some time. Try to spend some time, at least 1 hour per day for practice. 1 hour for class, 1 hour for practice is mandate. Okay. So I
complete.
request you to go back and try to solve that problem statement so that you will get the complete understanding on all the concepts that we have discussed till now, because that task involves everything that we have discussed till now. Okay. Yeah, fine. So where is Anusha? Anusha is here. Okay. Prakati, did you get a chance to solve this?
Yes, Venki, I tried, but I haven't completed. Um,
Okay, so
but I guess
uh,
partial thing. Yeah.
okay, you tried, but you did not complete it. Okay,
Yes.
where you got struck, Prakati? What is the
Uh,
showstopper for you?
in for loop, like
Did you
what?
did you will you be able to share your screen and explain us?
Yeah.
Okay, okay,
Can you able to see the screen?
yes, yes, yes.
So I have taken the input which you have given on here
Okay,
in input data pair, and here I was doing the task of reading the limits less than equal to
okay. You
using
have
the
you have
Excel.
defined a function which take value limit value as an input and apply some condition and return some output from that function.
Yes.
Okay, you have defined a reusable function. Very great. Okay,
Yeah.
great. Next.
And I'm trying to read the file here,
Okay,
uh, input data.txt as file,
okay,
and I'm as a, and here I was trying to start from like splitting the data from like the input data as this it start header and
okay,
uh, ending this. So I was trying to start read the data from there.
okay. Animation of zero and split starting mission slash one
This
of one.
using it to see whether it is working or not.
Okay.
Mm. And then in here, I was giving it to as a hard coded value to print the output, and it is assigning to list, hello,
Mm-hmm.
empty list.
Mm-hmm.
And here I haven't completed one. Here I'm still working on.
I mean, you know how to do this, but you didn't get a time to solve this, is it,
Mm.
Prakati?
Yes, I started yesterday night only, so I
Oh,
have
okay.
done as of. And
Okay.
in
Okay.
output, I was trying to print it in a separate file by using write
Great,
commands.
great, great,
Yeah,
great. Definitely.
and
That
this
will
part
really help.
no problem.
And then remember, you are not printing a code file, right? You should go with output.txt, not .py.
Okay, I just tried that.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay, fine. See, Prakati, as long as you have the solution in mind, as long as you have a plan to implement, that is really good. Okay. So as and when you completed I mean, this stage is always free for everybody to share their thoughts and exploration. Okay. So
Okay,
you can come back tomorrow and you can volunteer yourself. Hey, Venkat, I have the solution, better solution for this task. I want to share with the team. Yes, you can always come back and share your solution. Okay, but I request you to spend some time for this sessions. Anyway, you are spending time in listening, and I request you to spend time at least for half an hour to 1 hour per day for practice also, so that will
yeah,
really help you to get into the track faster. Okay. Yeah.
yeah, sure.
Thank you so much, Prakriti. Sai Teja.
Yeah, hi Venkat.
Yeah, hi Sai.
I'm sharing the screen.
Yeah.
So yeah, can you able to see my screen?
Yes.
So this is the file you have given, right?
Yes.
So the standard file format is like from here to here. So it will be same whatever the files we may get in future too, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. No, no, no,
So
no. It may differ. So the tag will be same, but the junk which is above the tag will be different.
like electrical parameters, these things.
That will be same. That will remain same. So
Huh, that's what. So
yeah.
what I'm saying is like until begin to electrical parameters. So this is same and end electrical parameters. These things will be same, right? And
Yes.
this
Yes.
the data
In
one.
between, yeah, between the data, we need to pick between
Huh.
the flags.
So
Yeah.
what I did now, so
Mm.
I just opened the file. I just read the file,
Mm-hmm.
and then I just split the file into one list by
Okay.
using this new line. After that,
Mm.
I just removed the first file lines and then last file lines with the help of
Oh, no, 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 this won't work, Sai. So the sense is, so here if you go to the file, I'll explain.
okay,
So you will get files on a regular fashion
okay,
with junk added. For example, at the top you have begin starting machine, right?
okay,
Okay. There you got 3 lines today, but you may get 10 lines tomorrow. But we need to check for only begin electrical parameters flag first.
okay. This one, okay,
the
fine,
the the first thing that we need to do is search for this begin electrical parameters in the text file that we got,
okay,
and search for end electrical parameters and pick the data between these two lines.
okay.
That is
Actually,
correct. Okay.
I thought like
Okay,
this
you
it
thought
will
this
be
is the
remain
standard
same.
format. Okay,
Huh,
okay,
yes.
fine,
So what I did
fine,
now,
no problem. Go with your logic. Yeah.
I just split, I just sliced the list and then I took
Okay.
only this particular data
Okay.
from here to here,
Okay.
and then I just iterated the loop.
Okay.
I just split using that colon.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And then the first value will be key, and then the second value will be a value,
Okay.
and then I just loaded that into dictionary.
Okay.
For the last, I mean this quantity flag, I just check whether this limit is there or not. If that
Okay.
limit comes, so what's the value?
Mm-hmm.
Based on that value, I'm just giving that I'm just loading this quantity flag.
Okay, okay,
And
great.
if we get a new line, then I'm just appending that to list, and then I'm just making this dictionary as empty.
Mm-hmm. Okay, okay,
I just written in such a way.
okay, great. Fine. I think it's also a good approach. Uh, so everybody, I mean, I request you when you solve any kind of a task, I request you to go and upload your files into Git repository, which will help you, to maintain your code base, all your tasks. Okay, so though you lost your files here, you'll have your code files in your Git repository. Okay, so thank you, Sai, for explaining this for all the team. I request you to paste this in the text file or upload as Sai was doing. Okay, so that everybody will get a look into it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so let's move on. Anusha, did you get a chance to solve our problem statement?
Hi, Venkat. Actually, I have done that, but I have joined the mobile because of some issues.
Okay, okay. Yeah, no problem, Anusha. So we'll take that tomorrow. Okay, so
Yeah,
tomorrow
yes.
try to explain your solution to the
Yeah.
team. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, fine. So today we'll proceed to our today's session. Let me share my screen. So this is something that I'm talking about. I want you to sign up to the Git repository where we actually maintain our code bases in real time also. Okay, so try to create your own account in this Git repository. So Git repository is for what? This is for code versioning. Be very very clear. Okay, in real time we have thousands of lines of code. Okay, so code base. So first of all we have to maintain this code base, maintain the code base, meaning you won't be able to store this entire code files or configuration files related to a project in a server or in a local machine. No. Okay, so end of the day what you'll be doing is you'll be uploading these code files into a central repository called Git repository. Okay, so this Git will allow you to prepare the versions in your code. Meaning, let us say today I have a basic version of my code and I upload it into the Git repository. Tomorrow I do some edits into my code or I added some 10 functions. Okay, I uploaded again to my Git. Okay, so the previous versions, for example, that changes are killing your application or the changes are not working, then immediately you want to return or fall back to your previous version. In that case your Git will really help you. Okay, so the code base maintenance and code base versioning, version 1, version 2, version 3, so these things will be accomplished by using the Git repositories. So I want you people to be familiar with this Git repositories from here and then, so that you don't feel surprised when you went to real time. Oh, what is this Git? Why we are using this Git? No, you don't get that surprise. Okay, so as and when I have given a task to you, please try to solve that task. And as and when you solved it, if you feel that code is 100% working, and if you feel that the code is 100% matured enough to execute the requirement, then definitely try to prepare a readme document. Okay, what this code is doing, what is the input, what is the output, and what is the processing logic. Prepare a readme.txt file and upload your files into the Git repository, so that even you lost the files in the personal account, you'll definitely uh, get those files from the Git repository. Okay, you can access easily access all your code files anytime you want. Okay, so this is the importance of the Git that I'm talking about. Okay, anybody have any questions here? Any queries? Any queries, guys?
No.
Okay, fine. So let's move on to our today's session. So now, till yesterday we were discussed a lot many concepts in Python, and we have solved few examples as well. Okay, so today we will see some a glimpse of how to uh, proceed with the structured data processing. I mean, like CSV files or JSON files, how to process them or how to read them, right? So if you concentrate today's session, this session is really important for us, like data engineers, people who are focusing on the pure data engineering. This session is really important. Okay, and because we are going to discuss about a powerful Python library called pandas. Okay, this pandas is a very powerful library that we always use in real time projects. Okay, and the core goal of this pandas library is to process your files that are coming in. Okay, so instead of using your traditional programming, your pandas data frame will give you the structure to your data and able to process your data in memory. Okay, in memory meaning inside the RAM. Okay, so that's why your pandas data frame processing will be very fast. Okay, so let's understand what is this pandas data frame. Okay, and what is this pandas first of all. Okay, so till now we have seen the structured data processing. Okay, structured data, sorry, semi-structured or unstructured data processing. So meaning we know how to process a text file. Okay, so we know for loops, we know dictionaries, we know list of data, everything we know, and we know control statements, we know file based handling, we know how to read a file, how to write a file, we know everything. We know till now, we have discussed all those things. But today we are going to discuss about the inbuilt library. It is not something that we developed. Okay, it is already there in Python, inbuilt library. So if you see import, okay, pandas as pd. Okay, see what it is showing, guys. By default, when you actually import this pandas library, you won't get it with Python. Okay, so what you need to do, you need to go here. Okay, you need to go here and try to install pip install pandas. So how you will install a library in Python using the pip install command? When you use pip install pandas, a Python will tries to download that library from the Python repositories, and it will try to install it in your system. Okay, okay, so I think it is. Okay, so we'll try to reload this ID. Okay, so still it is not receiving. So the reason is it was different. Okay, so let me Let's see whether it was able to detect or not. Okay, so now let us understand why it did not detect it. So if you see the command line, our Python version, our Python software is I mean, I have a different version of Python that is there in this Python software foundation, Python 3.11, python.exe. Okay, so maybe the reason is it is trying to do the changes to the another kernel that is there in my system. Okay, so let's find out our project kernel which we are actually utilizing. Okay, see here, your project kernel is this. Okay, let's try to apply it. Okay, see, now it got detected. I mean, that means you changed your project kernel to your local kernel. Your IDE by default has assigned one kernel. So your project is pointing to that Python instead of your local Python. Okay, but I installed my pandas in my local Python. Okay, so if you want to install from your IDE, you can go and search here, so that you'll get all your libraries. See here, you got pandas, right? So just click on this and then try to install it, so that even if it is IDE based kernel, you can actually get your pandas into it. Okay, so thing is how to install pandas. That is the first thing that we have learned. If it is IDE based Python kernel, then you have to go here into Python packages and you search for pandas, so that you will get, and then try to install it. It's a inbuilt library, guys, but you need to explicitly install it to your kernel. Now I have my pandas installed. Okay, so the second point, or the second thing that we need to concentrate is, what is this pandas? This pandas is actually a data processing library. Be very, very clear. This pandas is a data processing library that was built by Python itself. Okay, so when you use this pandas data frame, we can process data much faster compared to your traditional looping, or compared to your traditional data collections. Your pandas data frame based data processing is much faster, because your pandas data frame is in memory, meaning your pandas data frame is going to upload your data into the RAM and then try to process it. So it is more faster compared to your traditional data collection based, for loop based data processing. Now let us take an example. Okay, so how we actually will create a data frame, or pandas data frame. So pandas is going to provide you a API called data frame. Okay, pandas is going to provide you a API called data frame. So everything that we create in pandas is a data frame. Be very, very clear. Here if you see, I have some data, that is list of sorry, that is dictionary. Okay, dictionary have two keys, calories and duration. And calories is actually a list type, 420, 380, 390, and duration is 50, 40, 45. Okay, so what I'm doing here, I'm creating a pandas data frame out of a dictionary. Creating a pandas data frame out of a dictionary. Okay, so now here if you see PD, which is actually the uh, package that you imported, dot data frame method. So this method or this function will allow you to create your data frame object. Okay, so the object that is going to return out of this function call is a data frame. Data frame, we call it as a API in pandas. Okay, that object, we'll use it to data processing. Let us take an example. People who are aware of RDBMS table. Okay, so for example, in database systems, we used to create tables, is it? So the table which holds their data in the form of rows and columns, right? The similar representation in Python pandas is data frame. We call it as a data frame. So this data frame will store the data in the form of rows and columns. Be very, very clear. Okay. So how to create this data frame in pandas, right, from your existing data collection objects. So you need to use this pd dot data frame method. Okay, so when you do this, so your data will be converted into a kind of a table structure. Be very, very clear. Okay, so you can ask this question: what is this 0 1 2, guys? Okay, so when you are creating a pandas data frame, end of the day it is also a data collection. Okay, it is also a data collection, and internally it uses a list type to place your data. Okay, so that is where actually it gives the indexes 0 1 2. It also prints that indexes. Okay, this is the first zeroth record, this is the first record, this is the second record. Like that, it will actually you know um, store your data internally. See here, if you check the type of your df variable, it is actually a pandas data frame, is it? So that is what you need to understand. Okay, so the thing is, I request you to go and explore this pandas data frame. Okay, here I'll give you some basic data. Okay, so I will give you some basic information related to pandas data frame, because we have a lot of concepts to discuss. But I request you to actually go and explore this pandas data frame concept, which is actually helps you in real time. So here, if you see, I'm actually printing the zeroth index of my zeroth record of my pandas data frame. Okay, so by using the loc method, okay, data frame dot loc of index position will give you the record based information. If you want to print the first record, you can actually use this loc of 0. If you want to print the second record, you can actually use loc of 1, right? So this is the way you can access your records from your pandas data frame. Okay, and similarly, how actually we can actually read structured data sets. For example, I have a csv file, I have a json file. How I actually can read those data sets into my pandas data frame, correct? So these are the ways to actually read your data sets into pandas data frame. Okay, so once you have the data frame ready, once you have the data set ready, you can use pandas internal libraries called read csv, read json, and you can also write the data to csv files, write the data to json files. Okay, so the thing is, you should be prepared with your data. Okay, if I have a csv file, if I pass this to read csv function, it will read that csv file, and it will create the table structure, or data frame structure for you. Okay, once you have the data frame structure, you can apply all the transformations you want to do using lambda functions, or using inbuilt pandas based functions, whatever. Okay, so I'll give you one example, right? So if you see, you can actually how we actually filter data frames, how can apply how we can apply lambda functions, right? So some examples I just want to provide you, okay, so that you can practice. See here, what I am doing, data frame dot, I have a column called risk. Okay, and I want to filter my data frame. If the risk column values are in small, medium, high, then only I need the data, otherwise I don't need. Okay, if you want to do this kind of filter operations, you can actually use this inbuilt data frame functions. You don't need to iterate your data collection for loop, all this stuff you don't need to do. You can straight away use inbuilt functions to process your data frame object. Okay, now here if you see, if you want to transform a particular data frame column, if you want to transform a particular data frame column into different values by applying some logic, you can use your anonymous functions that we have discussed called lambda, right? So when you have a particular column which you want to process, you can pass that column and apply lambda x. Each and every record in this column will go inside to this lambda function, and you can do your transformation here. Okay, and you can also call some other explicit function. Okay, some other explicit function also in your lambda. Okay, so this is something that you need to understand. So these are something that I want you to explore. Okay, so tomorrow I will spend one more session on this pandas, but this is just a glimpse of panda session. Okay, so I'll spend some more time tomorrow also with good examples. I didn't get time to prepare the use cases for this pandas. Okay, tomorrow I'll come up with some kind of use cases wherein how you can process a CSV file, how you can process a JSON file. Okay, I'll apply some transformations and then I will show the use cases to you so that you'll get complete understanding. But for today, try to understand there is a inbuilt library in Python called pandas, which can be utilized for the structured data processing. If your data is purely structured and it is following a format called CSV, or if it is following a format called JSON, right? So you can use this pandas data frames, okay, to process your structured files and derive some business related outcomes out of your files. You can use your pandas data frame. Okay, anybody have any questions? This is just an introduction to pandas, guys. Okay, so we'll go in depth tomorrow, but for now try to understand there is a pandas data frames API to process the structured files. Okay, any questions? Okay, so that's all for today, guys. We'll discuss things tomorrow, but I want you to solve the problem statement completely. People who did not solve the problem statement on Friday, I want you to solve that. Uh, okay, so one more thing, I today I'm going to give you one more task. Okay, to solve. Okay, so note down the task, guys. I have a list of dictionaries. Okay, I have list of dictionaries. Okay, see, if you try to understand, each dictionary represents an employee. Okay, so if you see here, I have all the employee details. Let us see. 3, 5. Okay, see this. I have all the employee details. Okay, for some reason, my front end API, or else for some reason my input file, okay, did not have, employee salary column or employee salary data for few of the employees. Okay, for few of the employees. Okay, now I want to put that salary column into those missed dictionaries, and I want to create the pandas data frame for it. Okay, so try to understand the use case, guys. In some dictionaries in the list, there is no employee salary column. For that matter, I want to add the missing keys, okay, into the dictionaries, and I want to prepare my pandas data frame. I want to create my pandas data frame with this list of dictionaries. Okay, okay, so this is the task for tomorrow, guys. I mean, people who did not solve the previous problem statement, I mean, your tasks will be getting piled up, guys. Okay, be alert. Try to spend some time and clear your task, previous tasks and the current task, so that by tomorrow you can complete both the tasks, so that you will be ready for the next task. Otherwise, your tasks will be keep on piling up and you don't solve anything. And at the end, you'll be in a state like, okay, so I need to practice 10 to 15 tasks at a time. Okay, so that is very very hard. Okay, so I request you to go and practice and try to pick up the tasks and then solve it, and then take the new task, solve it, and then by tomorrow, people who did not solve today's problem statement, they have to explain these two tasks. Okay, so tomorrow we are going to see the other side of the pandas data frames functionalities. What are all the inbuilt functions that we have, like filter easing we have seen today. Similarly, how to join two data frames, how to apply row based filtering, right, how to write the data into files. All these things we'll see tomorrow. How to drop the duplicate data, how to actually fill the missing data, right? All those things we'll see tomorrow. I'll prepare very good use cases for you, and we'll discuss that tomorrow. And someone is trying to say something. Please paste the task here. Okay. Okay, so I'll come up with some kind of real-time use cases tomorrow, and we'll try to solve them using pandas data frames. Okay, this entire week we'll concentrate on Python only. Okay, so this week we complete the pandas data frames. After that, we'll go through object-oriented programming called classes, methods, and then polymorphism, inheritance, all these oops based concepts we'll discuss this week. And we at the till now we know how to program, guys. Till now, the basic programming we know, and we know how to code also, and we know script based or a script fashioned programming style. But after our oops concepts discussion, we will we will build frameworks. Okay, we'll be able to build frameworks which is more parameterized, configure driven, right? Kind of applications we'll build. Okay, we don't hard code anything. Okay, how to pass everything from the outside and how to change your code less times, right? So that is something, is building frameworks, right? So building frameworks demands object oriented programming. Okay, so in real time projects, yes, this script based programming will work, but when it comes to the seniority level, you have to adhere to the standards of the programming. That standards comes with object oriented programming. Okay, so that object oriented programming is very very important for us to develop entire framework. For example, you want to process 100 tables at a time. Your application should daily trigger and process 100 tables at a time, and apply some logic and store it in a different place. So this is your requirement. In that case, how you will write? Will you write code for each table 100 different files? No, right? So you have to have some logging, you have to have some exception handling, you have to have uh, some configure driven file, right, where you will place all your table list. This time this is 100 tables, these are the 100 tables. Next time those tables may vary, right? So in that case, you have to maintain it in a configurable file, and you have to apply all the logging. When your application fails, where to check the logs, right? And then you have to apply proper exception handling in Python. Everything we'll discuss, guys, everything we'll discuss. There is a complete package that we'll plan this week, okay, for entire object oriented programming. After this Python, right? So we will jump into the SQL sessions. I'll give some data engineering introduction for at least a couple of days, and then we will jump into the SQL. This is the roadmap, guys. Okay, try to prepare for it, and please be alert and try to practice all the tasks that we are discussing in the session. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you so much, guys, once again tomorrow.
Thanks.
Thanks, Shankar.